Back to school anxiety. Listen, on any given year, September brings a certain degree of anxiety to many parents and children. Now, this year, there's an added layer, that of the unknown. What will the school year look like, once we begin? Based on last year, we're not really sure. Now, in any given year, any typical year, the beginning of the school year is always anxiety provoking, well, at least for most of us. But then by the end of September, we're sort of in a groove and it feels like, life's starting to settle down again. Unfortunately, we can't say that with absolute certainty this year. Now, I am an optimist by nature, so I will stay positive that things will continue to improve and we will stay the course, literally, when it comes to at least being back to school. So the thing is that I'm also a realist, very practical. And I recognize that we truly are navigating the unknown this year. And with the unknown comes heightened anxiety and a need to learn and practice strategies that help us feel comforted. Because when we're in the dark or when we're dealing with sudden changes, we start to get anxious, right? It's very natural. And so we need to be able to find ways to comfort ourselves when we inevitably face this. So my favorite way to comfort ourselves is a well-researched and highly talked about skill. And that skill is one we do every day, breathing. Now, I understand it's talked about a lot, but really for good reason. Because through our breath, we can literally communicate with our brain. So let me explain. When we're facing the next little while with being in the dark or feeling like everything's just sort of unknown or having to deal with like sudden changes, our brain will be reacting, right? And it reacts by sending out our stress hormones like cortisol. Many of you may have heard of cortisol. So it sends out our stress hormone and puts our system into a fight or flight kind of mode. And it's really well-intentioned because it is trying to save our lives. The thing is that it's not helpful in the long run. And the reality is that we're not facing imminent threat or danger when things like school shifts to being completely online like it did last year. It is absolutely overwhelming. It's tricky to navigate and honestly highly stressful. Absolutely. Is it imminently life-threatening, a change like that? Technically, no. So we have to help our brain stop sending out those stress hormones because those stress hormones are ironically making it harder for us to navigate the changes. We're meant to have short bursts of these stress hormones, right? Again, to save our lives when we need them in imminent danger. And then they're supposed to go away. It's a short burst. But unfortunately, that's not what's happening. So what's happening is we're having a prolonged release of these hormones, and that's not good for us. So we have to teach our brain that it's okay to stop signaling those hormones. And how do we do that? Through our breath. So I'll give you an incredibly easy breathing technique to practice. And look, there are incredible breathing practices out there that you can learn and practice going forward if you wish. But for right now, let's keep it simple. We have enough on our plates as it is. So to keep it simple, it's important to do it, right? That's why I'm keeping it simple, so that we can make sure that we are doing this. So let me go through it with you right now. We're going to do it real time, but I'm just going to give you a sample of it. So what we're going to be doing is taking a 5-second inhale through our nose, a 5-second exhale through our mouth or our nose. I like the mouth. And we're going to repeat that 10 times. Now, I'm not going to repeat that 10 times with you right now, but the idea would be to count in your mind as you're breathing in the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now that's just the inhale. I've done this before with you guys. And the exhale is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And what you'll be doing is you'll be counting that in your mind, and then you can use your fingers to get to the 10 count. So after 5 in, 5 out, we count 1, 2, 3, etc. And once you get to 10, you will have communicated with your brain what you need. Now, again, I've done this in a post before, but it really warranted a reminder because, we are creatures of habit in that way. And so reminders are important for us to get ourselves into gear. So you'll be doing yourselves and your children a really huge favor by bringing your brain into a greater state of calm. So you can then creatively find ways that work for you and your family to navigate through the unknowns that life will inevitably throw at us. So I will be running a complimentary webinar on September 13th at 8 p.m. Eastern Time called Navigating the Unknown, Strategies to Help Us Approach the School Year and our kids with greater calm and clarity. And I'll be diving deeper into simple yet effective strategies like the breath that we just did today. And I hope you'll join me. So the link, you'll find it below, and then feel free to share it with anyone who you feel might benefit. And look, if you can't make it, go ahead and sign up anyways, because I will send you the replay and you can watch it whenever you feel you need to. So thank you so much for listening. And yeah, I look forward to seeing you at the webinar. Thank you. Take care.